Hey everybody, it's Kinsby here with CardCollective.net. We're about to break 2017 Bowman eBay break number 1. This is Hobby Half Case. Lethal with the Brewers. And Peyton with probably the cheapest team in the break.
Number 2 receiver to a number 1 receiver in Cincinnati. He is going to lift the blanket on A.J. Green because they can put him on the same side. He takes the top off the defense. A.J. Green runs underneath. Look for both guys. They have big defenses.
Was presented by Verizon with Bucky Brooks as you see John Ross make his way to the stage. I don't want to say dominion. He's still, compared to your average dude walking down the street, he's still got some size to him. But there were some concerns about durability.
Well, always concerned when you have a guy that's below slender, 188 pounds now is considered a smaller.
Oh crap!
These 215, 220 pound guys.
I'm like, man, these seem like there's. Oh dang it! I grabbed the damn.
There are not a lot of explosive playmakers available in
Jumbo.
the game. And so when I look at him, he has the ability to stretch the defense. He can make plays vertically, but he also is a polished route runner. He is different than most of the prototypical speed receivers that we normally see come in the league. Think Deshaun Jackson.
That's what we keep hearing.
Impact.
And think about what the knocks were on Deshaun when he came out. Too small, he's going to get hurt, and look what he did to the league.
57 receptions of 40-plus yards. Deshaun Jackson is up. I'm not saying that he's going to do what Deshaun Jackson has done in this league, but he certainly has all the tools to be able to do something.
And, we often say it. It's circumstance. I mean, when you have 11 guys on each side of the ball, where you get drafted and your success depends upon those other people around you. You just said it. When you have A.J. Green on one side and your job off, that changes everything for the ability of or for your abilities and what you're able to do.
Absolutely changes it. It opens up so much for Andy Dalton and his Bengals offense. Not only when you put those guys on the same side, John Ross can clear, A.J. Green can come on over deep. When they split them up and they go opposite sides, now if you're the number 1 corner, you have to go to A.J. Green, and the safety is supposed to lean that way. If he doesn't lean that way, one-on-one with John Ross against number 2 corner, I'm taking John Ross.
23 touchdowns and 112 touches.
Yeah, I mean, think about where Washington was, and how big a part of that offense John Ross was, where it got them into that Final Four. And here he is now, a top 10 pick. Speaking of top 10 picks, would he be a top 10 wide receiver pick, Bab? Is he a sleeper? Is he an ultimate sleeper in fantasy this year?
I don't know if he's going to be a sleeper in seasonal leagues, money. There's a lot of mouth speed there in Cincinnati. You've got Tyler Boyd, you've got Brandon Michelle. This is clearly good news for Andy Dalton. Ross is a guy who you talked about, fast, can take the top off the defense. But the bottom line here is that most rookie wide receivers are not going to make a huge impact. I could see him giving you 600 to 700 yards, maybe 5 to 6 touchdowns as a rookie. Late round pick, more dynasty value.
Thank you, Babs. And by the way, we have a trade. You see the Kansas City Chiefs logo there. Turns out they won their division, but they trade all the way up to number 10. Buffalo going to get their first, number 27 overall. They're third, and also Kansas City's number 1 next year. Awful lot to give up. So as you see the Chiefs roll there applauding Aaron Reed in the sweater there. What do we assume? What are we guessing here?
So I'm almost certain this is going to be an inside linebacker, and I got to think it's Hassan Reddick.
Linebacker.
Yeah, there's some issues. There's some issues that are of concern to, from what I understand, talking last week with the Chiefs. I'm not sure the Chiefs are ready to pull the trigger on him. I know they like Davis, Jerry Davis from Florida. He fits the John Dorsey profile, but Hassan Reddick, I think, is going to be the guy that they're going to cover.
Really, if you're talking about Reuben Foster, I'm not thinking about who they drafted last year. What they had to deal with last year. Tyreek Hill, and they wore it for 2 days, and it turned out that he was a major part of their winning that division.
I think here's my thing with Hassan Reddick and Reuben Foster. When we closed the book in December, do we believe that Reuben Foster was a better player than Hassan Reddick? I'm just really watching guys rise in the last minute. So he played great at the Senior Bowl. It's a nice story. Tell me that on stage he comes, he can run around and do those things. But when I see him, I still see a smaller guy that is kind of puffed up to play that position.
I'm glad you guys made me a few extra dollars.
Look, I've got a top 10 player. I think he is going to be a special player. And I don't like the fact that he was a walk-on. I like the fact that he had a chip on his shoulder. I like the fact that he's had some really tough. It's been a tough road up here because those guys a lot of times are gritty. Those guys, take
I
nothing for granted.
get it. I don't.
What about the flexibility you have to play him inside? He can cover in space.
I get
He
that.
can rush.
He can cover, but man, a top 10 player is supposed to be a perennial Pro Bowl player, a guy that from day one makes an impact. I just don't know if I see that. I know last year he had a great year. He had 10 sacks. It was terrific at the Senior Bowl. I just don't know if I see it.
I'll inject it. And I know you can't do it. You can't take the off-the-field concerns from the player. But from a talent standpoint, where is Reuben Foster in your vertical board?
I think he is. It's pretty close. I think
Reddick is the better player.
I think Reddick is the Christian McCaffrey.
Wow.
And you understand what I'm saying?
But it seems like most people have Reuben Foster. Like,
Listen, I love Reuben
I think Reuben Foster is a grown man. And when we see the
Oh, there's never
we see him
enough.
knock dudes out. I don't know
Boom, right off the bat.
Knock people out like Mike Tyson.
Our points could be moot. Let's find out who the Kansas City Chiefs select after trading up with the Buffalo Bills. To Philadelphia.
With the 10th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes, the second quarterback, Texas Tech.
He fell for it again. They came behind to get up there.
Man, I did so many. James, I think I remember saying your name once. I'll get the videos up later. I was up so late last night I forgot to upload them.
Terrific arm talent.
I was so tired I went right to sleep.
He has an unorthodox game, and he has an undisciplined and unrefined game. Most of the time, these guys can't be harnessed enough to play winning football. I made the comparison that he reminds me of a mix between Matthew Stafford, but more like Jay Cutler. When I watched Jay Cutler at Vanderbilt, Jay Cutler had to put Vanderbilt on his back. He had to play in a wild style, very similar to Pat Mahomes. And I believe that Jay Cutler never learned how to play winning football. To the Chiefs' credit, I believe if anybody can find a way to get an athletic quarterback on board, it's Andy.
We did 6 total boxes, so three of them.
Many other athletic.
He never did make it through the last one.
But for this
And if
guy,
I'm not, if I'm feeling better in an hour or so, I might continue to break tonight. But man, I am very, very sick.
Top 10 to get Pat Mahomes.
I like,
That is a big.
I think you said it.
and a big weekend ahead, so
I know I certainly heard some folks.
I might call it a early night.
He has no footwork.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
There's no footwork on Pat Mahomes.
Everyone, I think my kids got me sick.
A first-round player who has so many flaws and different things that you're trying to fix. I don't know how you fix this because he can say in practice, like, hey, coach, I'm going to get my footwork right. I'm not going to make this throw. I'm not going to throw this ball up in triple coverage. But guess what? When we play and the bullets are flying, he is going to be that guy that we see on tape.
Yeah, this is who he. I mean, look, his comp is Jay Cutler, and that's not. Everyone thinks that's a knock. That's not really a knock. Jay Cutler had tremendous talent.
I gotta break them in.
You know, Jay Cutler had to carry Vanderbilt.
I got 2 pair. I gotta break them both in.
Weight of the world on his shoulders, and that's what Pat Mahomes did with that offense as well. But they have the same. They have similar flaws. They have similar issues with delivery.
Matt Chapman.
They take similar chances that I think will turn into interceptions on the next level. So Pat Mahomes, you know, he's got to learn how to. He's got to learn how to check the running plays. He's got to learn how to work on changing protections. There's some basic stuff. He's got to learn to call plays.
All right. Well, there's our scouts' observations. David Carr, man that knows a little something about playing quarterback in the NFL. Your thoughts behind Patrick Mahomes' top 10 pick in the NFL?
We're just laughing back in the green room because I'm sitting there and I kind of felt this was going to happen because a guy with a tremendous talent, I mean, unbelievable athletic ability, arm strength, everything you want. Andy Reid has seen this before. He's seen a guy with no footwork, with Brett Favre, exactly.
He's a quarterback coach.
And you know the great thing that I love about Pat is you like him to Jay Cutler, and it's well versed, right? We know Jay Cutler had his struggles as far as personality and how he interacted with guys, how he carried himself. Pat is the complete opposite. Pat is a fantastic kid. From the moment I watched him, when I first got the clips in, I'm going out to the combine. I'm like, what's this kid all about? I was excited to watch him. I remember even at the combine, I was like, I'll pay to watch this guy play. After I watched him throw out there, it was effortless. Throwing the out route at 15 yards, he had a smile on his face when he's throwing it. So the game is easy for him from a physical standpoint. That's why you see him make a lot of plays, because he can do it. Exactly, Lance, because it's not hard for him. So you get a guy in Andy Reid and a guy like Alex Smith who's there to tutor this kid. This is a perfect fit for Pat. This is absolutely perfect for him.
I know it's a horrible comparison, which is why I'm the idiot sitting in this spot. You guys know what you're talking about, but it's so familiar. You mentioned Brett Favre and Andy Reid. Colin Kaepernick could throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Jim Harbaugh, quarterback guru. You put the two of them together and they figure it out. Is that kind of? Are we thinking this is just good circumstance? Great coach, knows how to coach, doesn't have to start right away.
You're exactly right, and that's kind of where you look at what happened with Carson Wentz, and he fit into a great spot there, and you got a quarterback to kind of mentor him as a head coach. You look at where Dak Prescott went, obviously down in Dallas, same thing. You got a couple quarterbacks, ex-quarterbacks there. It's the same thing for Kansas City. You got Andy Reid, who can now take this raw talent, this absolute cannon of an arm, and then mold him down to that West Coast system. You see, and Alex still does a lot of stuff on the move. So this guy is a great athlete that's going to fit perfectly in the system. You just gotta rein in a little bit.
And we talked about it. Because I'm surprised just because they gave up so much and he's a top 10 pick. But I will say, and I've said it on occasion, Andy Reid does well with athletic quarterbacks. He has shown an adaptability when it comes to dealing with different quarterbacks and putting them in systems. Understand that a lot of what they do in Kansas City now is what Alex.
Not yet. First box.
So he has an ability to take what a player does well in college and put that in play. Because he doesn't have to play right away, he can work on fleshing out some of those mistakes and some of those mechanical flaws. But it's undeniable. The talent is there. When I talk to scouts, they rave about the talent. They just wonder, how can you harness it and develop it?
Yeah, and you don't want him to play right away. Which, that's the other thing is, man, I don't want him to be on the field because
Out of $4.99 for the Mets.
Like you guys said, I mean, there's a lot of things he has to learn. He has to learn how to call a play. One has to learn how to command a huddle. I think the biggest thing that I see though is a guy with, you don't have to teach him. Okay, throw a little bit harder here. Oh man, I just wish you could make this. I just wish you could make this throw. You don't have to worry about that with him. It's the sky's the limit. You just got to bring it in.
5 years from now, who's the better quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky or Patrick Mahomes?
I think with where they both landed, I'm going to say it's going to be Pat, hands down.
Yeah, that's the key. I think Pat landed in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy getting Pat Mahomes is perfect. I think when you look at it from a draft standpoint, you gave up so much to get up there and get him that your chips are pushed in potentially. I don't want to say all of your future, but
You're invested.
Yeah, but you know what? At least you like your cards, and you're saying I'm going to play the hand that we want.
So here's what we talked about. We talked about it, and we just had this conversation. In the top 10, that top 10 is reserved for people with blue chip talent. There is no one at this table that will say that Pat Mahomes doesn't have blue chip talent. From a pure talent perspective, he is elite. Can you teach him to play the game? This is where coaching comes into play. Can you develop young quarterbacks? Because Andy Reid has a track record, you're willing to bank on his ability to develop Pat Mahomes.
So we got 90 seconds before the Saints pick. That means we're, one pick away from the Browns. Deshaun Watson is still on the board.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you with the next pick in the draft?
Yeah, it does. I like Deshaun. I think from a leadership standpoint, from everything that he brings, from the moment he walks into the huddle, the guy commands respect. He was great on the combine in the field. It's funny to watch those guys all interact with each other. Deshaun was that guy. Pat Mahomes was that guy. Mitchell kind of wasn't, honestly. I mean,
He's not.
No, he's not. He's just not that guy. But Deshaun definitely is. And I think there's things that Hugh's going to love Deshaun Watson as far as.
I just don't think he goes.
Yeah, you don't think he goes there?
I don't think
There's so many good football players. Like,
there's so many good players out
he
there.
had Miles Garrett. He could grab Ruben Foster. Are you kidding me right now?
It was a Met.
So many good football players. We got so many holes. So I'm with you. I don't think that they should do it. But
BPA.
I think the bottom of the first round is where Deshaun Watson will hear.
Which one was your favorite quarterback in the draft? It was.
Yeah, because they had that competition back there.
They failed it, David.
It's a little high.
I mean, that was taking out the Durham Bowl right in the head. So high. All right, real quick. We got 30 seconds. Do you think the Saints take a quarterback today? Because they got that back end of the draft.
Not right here. No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of good football
How about
players.
the last pick of the
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Last pick. If Watson's sitting there, or Kaiser's sitting there, could you see him?
I think, yeah, you can see that for sure. And with Sean Payton there, I think that he could take either one of those guys and do well.
All right. The pick is in. The Saints are on the board, and then we're right back to the Cleveland Browns. Maybe the quarterback they wanted all along will still be sitting there. In the meantime, out to Philadelphia and Commissioner Goodell.
With the 11th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the New Orleans select Marshawn Lattimore, defensive back, Ohio State.
Needed a quarterback. Bowman was their #1 corner, so great.
I think this is it. They needed a quarter, and luckily for them, the number one corner falls right to their lap. This is something that the New Orleans Saints did. They needed a corner that could line up to play man to man. He is natural, he's smooth, he's fluid. He has nice instincts in ball field. I have concerns about his durability and the fact that he's only been a one-year starter. However, if we're going to gamble at the top of the board, we're going to gamble on the talent. And the talent is definitely there. With Aaron Glenn being his position coach, he is going to be challenged to live up to the standard and expectations of being a top 10.
Oh, Zero Cool. I got your package today.
I like what they needed. They were able to
Got your package, Zero.
with a highly capable player. This is a good pick for the league.
Fast, explosive, one-year starter. That's the knock on him with the soft history. So that's the concern. But, you know, you got, to me, clearly the best player. I think he is clearly the top coming in. We'll see how it plays out. But he's got the ability to really stay in phase, meaning, and Aaron Glenn was a lot like this too, could really stay with the wide receivers throughout route breaks and route changes. And I just think he's so talented. And I just think this is such a good pick. And it's also, money, it's a lesson of be patient and good players will fall. There's still a lot of good players.
Last year, Saints, dead last passing defense, 31st scoring.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, oh,
They get the #1 guy. Some have him
a
projected
bunch of them
as
came back.
49ers.
Not just yours. There was like 4 of them. Yours is the only one with the messed up label. The other one's undeliverable, and they didn't leave a forwarding address.
We saw with the Jake Locker year when everyone reached
Orange Shimmer
that weren't worthy of being where they were selected.
for the
A
Indians.
lot of talented blue chip players fall out the top 10. Let's see how those guys play when they get to those respective destinations.
All right, with the Browns on the clock, we will step aside, catch our breath, get excited for some more analysis here on our NFL Now coverage of the 2017 NFL Draft with Bucky Brooks and Lance Zierlein. More coming, including that. Could it be a quarterback? Could there be a trade? We'll figure it all in just a minute.
Live from New York City, it's Good Morning Football!
It's never too early to talk football. This guy is a home run hitter, and it's 7 a.m. every weekday. We've got the best morning show on sports television. This guy is awesome. Showtime out there with 3 hours of off-season coverage. That's great stuff. A lot more of that. Special guests.
There's a lot of people that know how to play. Few people know how to win.
And more.
Paper on a 25. I don't want a 50. That's gold.
Weekdays at
Toronto. That's Paul.
From the No Jive Zone to the Dave Damashek football program. Who would win in a fight, a Golden Knight or a Silver and Black Raider?
To the heroes of the Around the NFL podcast.
The Packers do this every year, and that's why I could see the Vikings winning the division if everything went well.
And if you're more into X's and O's, then check out Move the Six. You have to be able to finish. You have to be able to get the quarterback down. Vic Beasley did it better than anybody else.
Check out NFL.com/podcast or iTunes for our audio show.
Or NFL.com/podcasts and YouTube for our video content.
We cast a players-only vote.
Remarkable speed, super strong.
He's doing it all. And ask them to rank the top 100 players in the NFL.
This is cool to be on there.
Who has earned their peers' ultimate respect?
To see him at the highest level, it's no surprise. You're watching him and you go, man, he's dang good.
Man, some color in this one. Red Sox.
2017 premieres Monday, May 1st.
There you go.
NFL Network. Celebrate the game you love. In a whole new way. It's got the look. The attitude.
I've never spiked a ball before.
The content.
You really didn't think I was going to the gym, did you?
You won't find anywhere else.
How big is that? Hey, I was a two.
Watch all of this and more on NFL Now.
It is NFL Now Live, presented by Courtyard by Marriott. There it is, Philadelphia. Over 70,000 people packed outside the Philadelphia Art Museum there on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. And we have the number 12 pick on the clock. And yes, that is correct. It is not us messing up with the logos. The Houston Texans have traded up. Fully once Shame on me. The Bears already traded up to get their quarterback, and he's sitting with our Dave Damashek. Right now, it is player interviews presented by KFC Chicken Zinger. Jack.
Oh, this is exciting, Ike. And our enthusiasm can't possibly match this guy, the number 2 overall pick. The 2017 NFL draft from UNC, Mitch Trubisky. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
Look at the smile on his face. Look at the smile.
I can't help it. Yeah.
Head's got to be spinning, right?
It is. This is a dream come true. I'm just so happy I can share that moment with my family and friends who were able to.
Oh yeah. Is she not invoicing?
It's an honor to call myself a Chicago Bear.
You know what a lot of people can do is say that they're in the NFL. But look at this. I want you to see this now. Look, I want you to hand these out to your family and friends. Look at that. You're a quarterback in the NFL now. How about that? How's that make you feel?
I'll probably box them up in the morning there, Gigi. It's still, I ain't even touched it.
That title along with Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the fellas. That's quite a thing.
It's probably going to cost a fortune to ship too. Oh Lord.
What it means, Chicago Bears. Moving
Well, that's fine. We'll get a. It's gonna be a.
I'm
I'm probably not gonna make a video with those. Just get them sent.
My favorite player growing up was Walter Payton, so I can't wait to wear that Bears jersey just like he did and continue that long winning tradition back in Chicago.
Take a look here real quick at Mitch means what he says here. Take a look. He has been following those Bears from way back. First of all, that's how you're going to look in the number 10 jersey there. Now, Marcus Wheaton wears the 10 for the Bears currently. Is that going to be an issue for you?
I'll definitely talk to him about it. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a number. All I want to do is play football. So if I got to change my number, I will. If he'll give me the jersey
Man, I am
number,
just, I'm not feeling
it would
good.
mean a lot to me.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talked about the games you played in college, but from what I saw, I said, man, you had the best arm strength. And I always look at throwing the ball from the hash to the other side of the numbers. And I felt like that was one of your best assets. Talk to me about your training and how you get so strong.
Yeah. Weight training was a huge thing for me. And I came in at 195 pounds and I left at 225. So it was a point for me to get in the weight room, get bigger, faster, stronger, so I could be able to make all the throws and take all the hits that a college quarterback needs. And now I have the body for what it takes to be a durable NFL quarterback. So that's what it's all about. The hashes are shorter in the NFL, so I don't even have to make those wide throws. So the teams know, especially in Chicago, that I have the arm for it, and I just can't wait to go to work. I'm a grinder. I love the work. I love the game. So.
Does anyone else need invoice?
Sets up great for a young quarterback like yourself, a solid offensive line. You've got Jordan Howard to turn around and hand the ball off to. Some nice pieces in the passing game. One more thing I want to give you as a parting gift. It does get cold up there. I got you. Look at that. You can sleep in that tonight. What about that? You're going to sleep in this tonight?
I love that.
Think about that.
No.
Good for you.
I may or may not do them tonight. I am just feeling like crap.
Chicago Bears. Congratulations to you, man, and good health and success in the NFL.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Let's send it along now.
Hate to skip a night, man.
Presented by KFC Chicken Zinger, and they go straight to the podium and Commissioner Goodell.
With the 12th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Deshaun Watson, quarterback, Clemson.
Hey, fool me once. We've now had 3 trades up, 3 quarterbacks selected with those 3 trades up.
I'm Bucky gave it a B+. I spend all my time in Houston.
Oh man, I am sick.
I can tell you the fans are going to be ecstatic about this. Absolutely ecstatic.
I don't want to get into details of just nauseous stomach.
Back-to-back years where he just put it on a very talented Alabama defense. He is a tremendous leader.
Wow, there she is.
High personal character. He's a guy
Robert.
who's been
Rob.
very productive for 3 straight years. In a good conference, he's played at a high
I guess I did. I just sucked out a mint. Man, it's
unfortunately though, Bucky, they just gave up their first rounder next year, and the Texans already gave up the second rounder next year to get rid of Brock Osweiler. So there's no first or second. This is all or nothing with Deshaun Watson.
yeah. All my kids and wife had it. I thought I avoided it.
When it comes to this pick, because I love the kid. I love what he does. I love how he likes the bright lights and the big stage and the way that he elevates his play.
That's cool. Can't carry that.
I just wonder, it always has to come down to fit and scheme. How can he fit into Bill O'Brien's scheme? Is Bill O'Brien willing to adapt some of the things that he does to allow Deshaun Watson to have success at the next level?
Well, we thought we got rid of him. Barely had a chance to catch his breath. And,
I think I have quarterback 3 tie-dye in the select whatever.
They gave up their first rounder next year, and Lance just detailed they gave up their second rounder in that Brock.
Remember Toro? Yeah, Toro. I love Toro. Yeah, big Toro still.
David Carr with us again. What do you make?
I love Deshaun Watson. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he threw the ball as well as anybody that I saw. Very consistent. He commands the group, like he leads guys.
I like Watson the best of the quarterbacks.
My concern is like what you guys are talking about is Billy O'Brien's offensive system. How early are they going to want him to play? It's so advanced. There's a lot going on there.
Expand on that. What is it about his system?
There's a lot of options after the snap. There's a lot of options before the snap. It's a lot to ask for a young guy. So just be careful how fast you try and throw him in there, because he's going to go out and he's going to command guys. Like they're going to see him, they're going to want him to play
because he has that.
Yeah, he has that about him. So he'll go out there in OTAs and he'll look the part, and yes, this is the guy. You just got to be really careful what you ask him to do.
Well, the other problem is that his competition. It's not like there is an entrenched star there.
Oh, Tom Savage.
You
don't think Tom Savage?
I'm going slow, boys.
Make his way onto the field. Yeah, but here's the thing, and David can speak directly to this, because I remember covering David his first year on Sports Talk Radio. We're all excited about David Carr. And initially the talk was David was going to come in. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Kit Graham was going to be the starter initially, and you were going to get a learn and red shirt.
Right.
And then that didn't happen. David came in, looked great. Yeah. They're like, ooh, let's push him out there. And then like 74 sacks later after the first season, David had been just beaten up the first couple seasons, and you have to be. Pat Mahomes can redshirt. Right. That's a great move, right?
Mr. Trubisky.
Trubisky can redshirt. The Texans have to let him redshirt.
They have to.
And play Tom Savage.
Well,
amen. Yes. Do it.
We're gonna play Tom Savage.
I just don't see it. I just don't see how you can put him out there, because I came for a system. Okay, it wasn't like this time. It was very West Coast, very clean for us in Fresno. Went through read progression. The system in Houston was similar to what Billy O'Brien does. Very similar. Reads down the field, options for these young wide receivers. They have a lot of young wide receivers in Houston, right? So it's a very similar situation. Other teams better. The defense is legit. You can run the football. You can do some things that we probably didn't get to do, and you can kind of protect him, but you still got to make plays on third down. You still got to make plays on third down. And it's a good football team. It's a playoff football
team. Randall, you needed the combined shipping on. All right, hold on.
I'm just saying. So this is a playoff team, right?
Right.
So I'm saying we're going to go to the playoffs with Tom Savage.
How about just throw this out here to you guys? By the way, Tom Savage, Deshaun Watson, David Carr, only first-round picks as quarterbacks in the Houston Texans history. So how about I throw this out there? There's a couple guys out there waiting. They're waiting for calls. Why not go out and sign Jay Cutler and just put this thing to bed and say we're a playoff team? You get rid of one of them. And Deshaun, that way you don't have to worry about him beating out Tom Savage. Should you go out to sign a veteran so you don't have to do that?
I think that, and Lance might know better than I do, but I really think that they like Tom Savage. And as crazy as that, I think that they like the kid, but he's always hurt though. But I think that he also understands I think he also understands the system.
Tom Savage, that just hurt my back.
In case you missed it, here's the exchange. They give up their first runner next year, and Cleveland then slides back to 12 to 25, and they collect the 2018 first-round pick. That is certainly something that Sashi Brown and Paul DePodesta have been doing. They did it going into this draft, and they're now doing it again going into next year's draft. It likely means. And
what's your eBay name? I can't find it. I don't remember what your eBay name is, Randall.
Trying to work a trade with Washington for Kirk Cousins. That's our Ian Rappaport is reporting that. So whether or not that is something that comes to fruition, that's how they get their quarterback.
Add more ammunition. But here's the thing: if you're the Washington Redskins, Washington, if they're willing to entertain that trade, who is a quarterback that they deem to be ready to play in Jay Gruden's system in a year or two? Because they probably feel like they can get by with Colt McCoy next year, but they need to have a franchise quarterback in tow. Be it this year or the year after.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really want to play, I don't know how to call it conspiracy theory or just reality, if we can like Sam Darnold, they just go into this year saying,
can we say his name? The guy from SC with the NL,
if they like a quarterback that might be in next year's draft,
Oh.
All right, thank you, David. We'll step aside real quick.
I saw that. I was wondering if that was you, because I know everyone else in the round.
see what they can
Okay.
Live from New York City, it's your morning football.
It's never too early to talk football. This guy is a home run hitter, and it's 7 a.m. every weekday. We've got the best morning show on sports television. This guy is awesome. Showtime outfit with 3 hours of off-season coverage.
That's great stuff. A lot more of that.
Special guests
There's a lot of people that know how to play. Few people know how to win.
and more. Make the morning the highlight of your day.
Yes, let's go.
Good Morning Football. Weekdays at 7, only on NFL Network.
From the No Jive Zone with the Dave Damashek football program. Who would win in a fight, a Golden Knight or a Silver and Black Raider?
To the heroes of the Around the NFL podcast.
The Packers do this every year, and that's why I could see the Vikings winning the division if everything went well.
And if you're more into X's and O's, then check out Move to Six.
You have to be able to finish. You have to be able to get the quarterback down. These people did it better than anybody else.
Check out NFL.com/podcast or iTunes for our audio shows, or NFL.com/podcast and YouTube for our video content.
We cast a players-only vote
Remarkable speed, super strong.
He's doing it all.
and ask them to rank the top 100 players in the NFL.
This is going to be on there.
Who has earned their peers' ultimate respect?
To see him at the highest level, it's no surprise. You watch him and you go, man, he's dang good. He is that alpha dog.
The top 100 players of 2017 premieres Monday, May 1st, only on NFL Network. Celebrate the game you love.
Okay.
In a whole new way. It's got the look, the attitude,
I've never spiked a ball before.
the content.
You really didn't think I was going to the gym, did you?
You won't find anywhere else.
How big is that?
Watch all this
yeah.
and more on
Let
NFL
me
Network.
All right, the pick is in. The Cardinals are on the clock.
put you
Here's
down
Commissioner
for
Goodell.
those. All right, thanks, Easy. And send Zero Cool. Go ahead and take $10 off for that.
NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals select Hassan Reddick, linebacker, Temple.
Sorry, Bucky. Great.
You know, I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to give it an A because of the versatility. Even though I feel like Reuben Foster is a better player, I understand the fit based on how the Arizona Cardinals play. The Arizona Cardinals are multiple in their approach up front. We've seen what they've been able to do with the Cannon. Hassan Reddick gives them another joker, another guy that can play
Just
multiple
the
spots. He can
Indians,
play
not
outside,
both.
He can play inside. When they go to their sub package, they can do a variety of things to allow him to be a guy that hunts after the quarterback. Also, his athleticism and ability to cover gives them some added versatility. This is a team that throws a variety of pitches at the offense, and they find a way to make the offense strike out. He should be a very, very good player in this scheme because it allows him to play to his strengths.
You mentioned it gives them another joker. They called Deion Buchanan their dollar linebacker. Now this is his second one. Any concern with that at all?
My concern would be if they have to play a physical team, a team that lines up and says, hey, we're going to run it right at you.
Like, I don't know, Seattle?
Yeah, but you know, Seattle's not necessarily built to play like that.
Never since
anymore.
Marshawn Lynch.
You know, and so the rest of the teams in the division are more finesse teams, so they can get away with playing kind of multiple nickel sub packages. It will be interesting to see how
Wow.
they play against a power team.
Here's how they're actually going to play. This is a conversation I've had with people in Arizona. They're going to let him sit behind Carlos Dansby, soak it up, learn the inside backer spot because he played outside. You know, he played defensive end at Temple. And so they want him to learn behind Carlos Dansby, a great veteran who can do that for you. And then, you know, let him get some reps there, but then bring him in and sub.
I already go through these.
Quarterback. So they're going to
My
let him do
brain
what he
is
does best,
slipping
which is
a little
rush the
bit.
quarterback. I think he'll play some nickel as well to get in there and some dime and get in and maybe do some coverage stuff. But they're going to bring him along slowly behind a veteran. And you know, I'm a big fan of Hassan Reddick. I thought he was number 10 in this class. I had Reuben Foster number 11, so I had him right there, back to back.
But you know what? Hold on. Let's speak to that because we just got done talking about how you like Reuben
We
Foster.
had this
much
argument
more.
3 days ago.
So would you have liked Reuben Foster there more?
I mean, I would have liked Reuben Foster because I think
He'd been great too.
Reuben Foster is more of a thuggish type of linebacker that can play every down on early downs. But as Lance talks about, the league is evolving and changing. Right now, we're in the midst of an evolution where defenses are beginning to play sub and nickel packages, and they're using a bunch of different hybrid fronts to put these athletes on the field, much like we see in the college game. The issue will be when teams line up.
Out of 499, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers.
A whole lot has happened since the last time we checked in with our social media coverage, and for that, we go back to Marcus. Mark.
Hey, you know, we saw all that movement from Houston getting Deshaun Watson, but they may have
you can send direct either through the PayPal button, or you can, if you have an account, log in and buy Kisby Cash.
2 hours ago, the Texans responded
Either way.
with this emoji, which may have portended that trade and taking Deshaun Watson, and they are happy in Houston. Laura Miller with the emoji response as well. How about Jalen Ramsey faced up against him when he was at Florida State? It's meant to be that those are guys that are going to be rivals now. And how about J.J. Watt welcoming him to H-Town? Certainly some excitement, as Lance Zierlein can attest, in Houston for his arrival.
Gold
there.
Braves.
Back to Philadelphia, it is time for player interviews presented by KFC.
47 out of 50.
Taylor Fournette.
Mike is an animated guy in general, but you let out a bleat when you heard the name Leonard Fournette announced by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know you like this pick. I'm sure the people in Duval County do too. Congratulations, Leonard Fournette. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me up there, man.
Well, certainly. So how's it sit with you? All of a sudden, offensive firepower arrives in the AFC South. Corey Davis goes to the Titans. We see other teams making moves, and now you're in that Jacksonville situation. Great defense. We know how Tom Coughlin likes to do things. Figure, you ready for that kind of workload? 25 touches or something?
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's something I grew up on. In college, man, they fed me the ball. Now I'm on to the next thing, man. You know, I know Coach Coughlin will play no games. You know, I've been talking to Odell, man. So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
Did you
Out of 499 for the Padres.
Actually, I had a visit up there. Okay. You know, so I met everybody. It went great, and I'm glad they trust me. They trust me coming in. Don't have to do.
This what I like about you. What you just said to me. You wasn't okay until Jamal got drafted. You were straight with you.
Yeah, I'm
good.
good.
It was already settled.
Yeah.
That just tells me a lot for you as a person. Like, man, I'm not straight till my boy got drafted. My boy got drafted, now I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, man, I'm proud of Jamal, man. You know, now we like the big come up, man. We got Duke, and we got all the LSU guys on wait for us. And I mean, it was no surprise that we were going to go top 10. You know, that's something we had pictured when we committed to LSU. You know, we graduated soon. You know, that's another big accomplishment for me and him. You know, we graduated 3.5. We knew we were going to be gone for 3.
Benintendi.
So I'm just blessed, man.
What you bringing to the table when you stepping in that locker room?
I mean, most definitely, man, game changer. You know, I'm a leader overall, man. And I'm not just saying that my mom, but if you got anybody, my action shows a lot. You know, I'm on everything. You know, I'm gonna build for me, not just me, for the team, period. You know, the individual ones, they'll come later, man. I mean, they'll come. But team first.
I know a lot of things are your motivation, but you got a little daughter.
And a son.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel about it. I know that's extra motivation.
I mean, most definitely, man, having my baby girl up here, man, with me. I mean, my son's too young right now, so he's back at home, but most definitely, man, just sharing that moment with my daughter, even though she don't understand, you know, but for me, her life, man, that's just me. You know, that's somebody I have to take care for the rest of my life. You know, I don't care how old I get. You know, man, it's crazy how big she gets. So I'm blessed for them to be my kids. I'm blessed to be their father, man. I thank God. Helped me. I had a great father. You know, to show me how to love my mom. You know, I'm better for my daughter. You know, and how to treat a son. You know, tough love is need for the boys, man.
Well, that Bayou, the NFL Bayou connection is a family of sorts too. You talk Jamal Adams, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, this guy and beyond. It seems like they're all receivers and corners and safeties. All of a sudden, a running back guy. What do you make of that? Huh?
Man, like I always say, man, the most talent for me come out New Orleans.
Let me tell you something here. Here's a connection that Jazz fans can look forward to. Blake Bortles and their newest member of the team, the Jazz. Take a look here, Leonard. See if this strikes your fancy here.
That's what he don't.
I like the second. That uniform's better than the new one. Let's be honest. Yeah, we got to do something about that. Right?
Man, it's good. Whatever uniform, man, will be great.
Right answer for today. Later on, we'll get into that a little bit. I did get you something. You know they have a swimming pool in the stadium, right? Look who's going to be all ready for that now. Look who's going to be all ready for this.
Little boy, like,
I'm off the Duke, man. I'm good with this, man.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the next few days. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun for you, paying a visit there to Florida and so on and so forth, and enjoy it with your friends.
Man, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I got to be fine.
All right, and that was players interviews presented by KFC Chicken Zinger, and you see Roger Goodell at the podium there with the Philadelphia selection.
Joining us for the Eagles selection are members of the Martin Luther King High School football team from here in Philadelphia. The team merged 4 years ago with rival Germantown High School and has become one of the top programs in the area. Coach Dunn, congratulations to you and your team. Okay, with the 14th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Derek Barnett, defensive end, Tennessee.
All right, Bucky, instant draft grade. Derek Barnett, one of your favorite players in this draft.
One of my favorite players. I'm going on record and boldly said that this is the best pass rusher in the draft. Technically, he has everything that you look for. He is what I call a Call of Duty player.
I'm just going to let that sit out there.
Specialist. His hand skills, his ability to bend and burst, to come around the corner. He is outstanding. 3 straight seasons with at least 10 sacks in the SEC. Broke Reggie White's career sack record at Tennessee. That is a long, sustained track record of success. His resume is impeccable. Some people will dig him because he's not the explosive athlete. But when I watch the tape, he checks off the boxes in terms of his get off, his motor, and his execution of technical skills.
What did you say right before the pick? What did you just say?
Oh, I said he's the best pass rusher on the draft.
No, from last year. You said from last year. Watching.
Oh, I learned from
For the Brewers.
Last year, I doubted Joey Bosa because I didn't think Joey Bosa was an explosive athlete. However, when I watched Joey Bosa play this year, he got 10.5 sacks and missed 4 games. And the reason he was able to get home
Out of $4.99.
because technically he is sound.
And that's what you see in Barnett.
And in Barnett, I see a skilled player. Skill overcomes some of the other traits when it comes to pass rush.
So, here's the thing with Derek Barnett. He's not twitchy. He's not fast, blah, blah, blah.
Lethal.
His hand fighting is so unbelievable. It's called greasing the edge. And he softens that edge. Offensive linemen have a hard time when they get their hands knocked away and they can't throw their punch. And his ability,
Cool, Jay Bruce.
Barnett's ability to grease the edge and get around, it gives him what I call quick wins. And but when you get a quick win, I don't care how twitchy you are if you're around the edge of the blocker.
I mean, I just love the way he plays with his hands. Here we can see him share and disengage, get in on the sets the edge in the run game.
Oh,
As a
man.
pass rusher, did we talk about first step quickness, dip and rip? Lance talked about greasing the edge, okay, get off, and then watch. You talk about hand skills. I told you, Call of Duty, hand-to-hand combat. He has it, hits the quarterback. There's a premium on finding guys who have the skills to win one-on-one battles. His ability to get to the quarterback makes him a special.
You know what, Money? He's pro-ready. He can step on the field. These other guys we're talking about, he gets a red shirt, and he'll help in 2 years. And this guy steps on the field, he's a starter day.
Who does he step on the field with? Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
And Chris Long is now going to be in that rotation.
Absolutely,
When you think
yeah, but you talk about Chris Long. He can rotate in with Chris Long.
That's
Chris
what I'm
Long
saying. No, I'm
is a
saying-
captain on. I believe he steps on the field and makes a contribution.
Right.
You can never have enough pass rush.
But
If you
I didn't
think
mean
about
that as a negative. I mean, if you have to account for Fletcher Cox in the middle of that,
Oh, no,
line,
he gets
and
one-on-one.
now you have to account for Derek Barnett.
No, but I love this because if you think about this, this is a pick that kind of mirrors what the Denver Broncos were able to do when they took Shane Ray when they had DeMarcus Ware and also had Von Miller. Young guys, you get to throw them in, you put them in on third down, you find a way to use extra pass rushes. I like this pick.
I think we have, I believe, maybe they can dig it up back there. I believe we have a graphic. You mentioned you think he's the best pass rusher,
Absolutely.
The best edge rusher. I think we got a little interesting nugget that maybe we can share with the people before the Colts pick come up as far as Derek Barnett and his production in college and something that may certainly be of interest to the people. When it comes to the Eagles,
AJ
it's one
Puck
of the
out of
spots where
25
where
for
we
the
have running back,
A's.
where we had perhaps Dalvin Cook settled, and you almost wonder if they had to balance. I guess their board. We always hear it because I love when you talk about this, Bucky, the vertical board
Mhm.
and then the need board, and how the two of those can converge.
Yeah, well, I think now when you talk about, like, this is a team that needed to improve. Oh yeah, this is real.
So here it is.
I've said this. I'm on record saying
This
Jared
speaks to your
Barnett
point.
is a better pass rusher than Myles Garrett.
Look at the last
Myles
two
Garrett
seasons.
had to go number one just because of all the traits that he had. But Jared Barnett is a more skilled player when it comes to rushing the passer. And so I believe because he's so polished and very, very sound with his technique, he's going to have success early and often as a pass rusher. But with the Philadelphia Eagles in specific, you have to understand, Jim Schwartz is a guy that likes to play cover two. Cover two, you don't have to place a premium on having terrific cornerbacks. The pressure is up front with the front line. They get pressure on the quarterback, made the ball come out.
All right, it was the Philadelphia Eagles pick.
There should be one more basketball.
Philadelphia native with the Philadelphia people.
I mean, those are pretty quick, right? I mean, you can take any of those other ones you want there, but the basketball would be the most help.
He's been talking my ear off. I mean, for hours, it seems like, about this pick. Swoop, what do you think? I don't know. Every time I go to him, he's like so camera shy. It's so weird. All right, Swoop. Swoop's having a good time. What do you guys think about the pick? Do you like it, Derek Barnett?
I think it's wonderful. I'm happy that they made a pick. I was thinking that they were going to trade, but I'm just ecstatic that they made a pick.
I'm glad they also made a pick. It's really in good form that they did that in the first round. Like, they need to do that for sure. Also, Benjamin Franklin, I think, like, that's probably first round talent too over here, if you can see. I don't know. Can we get an Eagles cheer maybe? Yeah? You can always get
Nice, Bo Burrows.
back to you guys.
All right, thank you, colleague. Boy, would I like some butterscotch crimpets if you get a chance to get your hands on some of those. All right, the Indianapolis Colts pick is in. Back out to Philadelphia, the lectern and Commissioner Goodell.
With the 15th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Malik Hooker, defensive back, Ohio State.
All right, Bucky, instant draft grade. Malik Hooker slides all the way to Indianapolis and pick 15.
Oh, I'm going to give this an A. And I'm going to give this an A because my buddy Greg Williams is the second head coach for the Indianapolis Colts. My little brother took him in North Carolina, and he talked about their need to be able to stop the big plays. They got to stop the ball from flying over their head. The best way to do it, get a center field player, a guy with outstanding ball skills, a knack for pulling down those errant throws, and also a guy who can put the ball in the paint. 1 year, 7 interceptions. You're going to see remarkable ball skills, outstanding hands, range from the middle of the field to the numbers. He is going to erase a lot of those big plays that played the Indianapolis Colts. This is a team that wanted to play a lot of two-line safety defense, a lot of cover one and cover three, where you now got a centerpiece in the middle of the field that can stop some of those big plays.
So the knock on him, and the reason he's probably falling a little bit, he played 1 year of college football and had to have 2 surgeries after. So the question is durability. But let me tell you something. Daniel Jeremiah made the comparison early on to Ed Reed, and that's a big deal if you compare somebody to Ed Reed.
That's someone who worked in Baltimore with Ed Reed.
That's right. And the only time you do that is if the guy has just phenomenal ball skills and instincts, and he does. And I'm sure Bucky saw it on tape too. There are so few false steps in his coverage. He doesn't get fooled. He's disciplined, and he doesn't let quarterbacks just move him around easily. And as Bucky said, his ability to range around the field, you know, it's one thing to have great ball skills, but if you can't get there, it's irrelevant. He can get there, he can finish, and then his instincts to lead him in that direction before the quarterback even releases the ball.
This is eBay break number 1, half case of hobby.
What he wants to do is just go best available. He said, look, when you have to redo a roster, forget your needs and keep them in mind.
I got stomach bug, man.
And Bucky, just quickly, because we always love doing the pro comparisons, I do want to point out
Oh,
that
there's
someone with elite ball skills, it's in a division where Tom Savage and Blake Moore was the quarterback.
We have Peyton.
A lot of the big plays that the Colts have given up. When you look at Malik Hooker, it's important to note.
I did want you to check the stat one more time, if you would.
I'm so surprised.
But we still have a run back from yesterday, Peyton. It's in the in that. Do you still have access to the
legitimate D1 hoop dreams and offers? Love his athleticism. He has
that shared spreadsheet?
Dependable tackler at the point of attack. But in terms of playing against the pass in that division, it's Tom Savage, Blake Bortles,
It's
all
this
over the place.
right here.
10 picks in rookie season.
It is
So some of the teams have already been paid. We only so these other ones are in the run back.
All right, maybe Mark is not ready. I do want to point out with Baltimore on the board something that we both, all three of us, kind of had a moment. O.J. Howard is still on the board. I mean, there were some people who thought O.J. Howard was one of the 5 most talented players in this draft. I know tight ends are slow to come along. However, that's a supreme talent to be sitting there with teams that were now part of the playoffs.
Man, I am not feeling good.
From Alabama, maybe partial.
Maybe.
Hold on a second.
All right, have some pizza and whiskey delivered.
O.J. Howard,
I'm out of both.
Jonathan Allen, all Bama guys on the board.
All right there. And so, like, the Baltimore Ravens have made a living in the draft of cleaning up by just sitting where they sit and taking the best player available. They just have to determine
Nick and Oz.
which guy do they want to take and what position do they want to fill.
Now Marcus is ready. Mark.
Looking stuff up, keeping tabs on what's going on in the world of social. This is what's been trending so far tonight. I want to show you the trending players. We've seen this move a lot as these guys' names have been called. You see Christian McCaffrey there. Of course, Deshaun Watson shot off the board after that Houston pick. Hey, how about this tweet, by the way, from Torrey Smith? This draft proves the mock draft experts are really scam artists. Listen, in defense of Bucky and Lance and Daniel Jeremiah and all those other guys, maybe it's some of the GMs that are the scam artists. I don't know if Torrey is biased or not, but I want to show you a couple of the images that we've seen posted here. This is from Myles Garrett, little Wayback Machine, posting this picture of him as a kid celebrating being #1. Although, if you look closely, it does appear to be a Raiders logo on his shirt. Just saying. Here's Joe Hayden and company welcoming him to Cleveland as well, and also a little recognition of Solomon Thomas. John Lynch tweeting out, really excited to call this young man a 49er. Good news by him, by the way, the first-time GM in San Francisco picking him. So good stuff we've seen from social. Of course, we'll keep you posted here through the rest of the evening. Turning it back over to you, Money.
All right, thank you, Mark. We just said it. 3 Alabama guys for this split. O.J. Howard.
No, DK's next. DK should be at 9, but this is going a little bit longer. I'm not moving very fast tonight. I am really, really sick to my stomach.
Because when we are ranking players and we talk about draft boards, I wrote this piece in CFB 247 where we talked about how teams have 75 to
Both
150
ends
players.
feel gross.
You rank them based on how you like them.
That's probably the best way to
Every
describe
draft
it.
board is like a snowflake. No two teams value players in the same vein. So when you're the Baltimore Ravens and you do a great job of evaluating players off the tape, you know.
Yes, man. I have water. I don't know what I do with it. Oh, it's about gone. All my kids have got the yucks. Peyton, can you hear now? Did that work?
There's not a receiver available that I like on the outside. Well, let's throw it on the inside. Let's throw the pass move around the tight end. You can find a receiver late in the draft to complement.
I had heard 2 names here before all this went crazy, and it was Cam Robinson, Alabama, and Foster, Alabama. All 4 still there.
Let's find out who it is. Back out to Philadelphia. It's the Baltimore Ravens pick. Here is Commissioner Goodell.
Man, water sounds good. I gotta grab another one.
Baltimore's pick. I'm joined by TJ Owanabe from Laurel, Maryland, who is participating in the Make-A-Wish program.
Is it? Yeah.
TJ is 14
Man,
years old.
I need to start running.
He's
That's
a
what I need to
cancer
do.
survivor. He loves to play football and watches Ravens.
I don't get enough exercise doing this job.
Trying to make your dream come true.
I work so many hours in the chair.
With the 16th
Or I might actually start riding bike.
2017 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select
Long.
Marlon Humphrey, defensive back from Alabama.
There he is.
Bucky, let's get your instant draft grade.
Hey, this is a B. This is just a solid pick.
Okay, Peyton.
Now, This is when you would have
Can you hear me?
conversation on whether Marlon Humphrey was really the number 2 corner on the board, or due to other circumstances, with injuries and other things, would he be available? But this is
The
what I
run.
say when I look at the tape. He's tough, he's physical.
I'm sorry.
He
I'm
doesn't
full of
mind
tongue
putting his
tied.
face in the fan. He would make big hits.
I don't think so. I don't remember a Cardinal last night.
Coming up in coverage, he's athletic enough to stay with everybody. He can stay
The
with
run back is still here
all the things at the intermediate range. His biggest issue is playing the ball
from
down
last
the field
night.
with
There's
the
still
guy.
some teams.
Too often he loses those 50-50 battles. Can that be taught?
There's some teams that already paid for, so you just need to fill these in.
I think guys either have ball skills or they don't. But I do believe he can be a very solid number 2 cornerback.
But though, yeah, I think Gigi hit it in the not in the picker team though.
Jonathan Allen, O.J. Howard. This is the first Alabama guy off the board.
Okay, I wasn't sure where you could hear.
Alabama player, but circumstances dictated. When you sit at the Baltimore spot and you're looking to fill a need, and maybe you don't necessarily need a tight end or an inside linebacker, you go with a player that you think is solid and safe. The main thing in the draft in the first round, it's okay to hit singles and doubles. Sometimes by trying to hit a home run, you strike out. So if we're talking about Reuben Foster, maybe there's some character concerns. You don't want to go down swinging. You want to make sure that the guy that you take in the first round can be a quality starter for the next 5 to 6 years.
All right, Lance, we'll get some analysis on the upcoming pick with the Redskins. Step aside here for a quick second. It is NFL Now live coverage of the 2017 NFL Draft.
Live from New York City, it's Good Morning Football.
It's never too early to talk football. This guy is a home run hitter, and it's 7 a.m. every weekday. We've got the best morning show.
It's 2 boxes of hobby.
This guy is awesome. Showtime out there with 3 hours of off-season coverage. That's great stuff. A lot more of that. Special guests. There's a lot of
It's from a fresh case, guys.
And more. Make the morning the highlight of your day.
Yes, let's go.
Good Morning Football. Weekdays at 7, only on NFL Network.
From the No Jive Zone to the Dave Damashek football program. Who would win?
Oh man, I have not yet. I was.
To the heroes of the Around the NFL podcast.
I'll be doing all the shipping that's left over in the morning.
The Vikings winning the division if everything went well.
Thanks for following up, though, Matt. I apologize for that delay. I believe you sent me your address too, correct? Just to make sure.
Podcast or iTunes for our audio show.
I did get that email, actually. I remember that.
And YouTube for our video content.
Yeah, fresh case.
Players only vote.
Remarkable speed, super strong.
He's doing it all. And ask them to rank the top 100 players in the NFL.
This is good. This is cool to be on there.
Who has earned their peers' ultimate respect?
To see him at the highest
Oh, that
level.
Peyton. She's a bad influence.
Yo, man, he's that good.
I love it.
He is that alpha dog. The top 100 players of 2017 premieres Monday, May 1st, only on NFL Network. Celebrate the game.
Oh gosh, you have no.
In a whole new way. It's got the look.
Yep, I do remember the email coming through now. Yeah. I just been so backed up. I didn't do the shipping this week. Bridget did, but Bridget can't do some store customers. She doesn't know how to look up the information, so she left them all in the box for me. And with Bowman yesterday, I didn't do anything today. I was up late though last night. Nice, more Brewers out of 50.
Presented by Simple Mobile. Lance, here are your best available players. Your 3rd, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, and we're at pick 17.
Yeah, and wow, those some pretty talented players. I've got Charlton higher than most people, but
Man, my fingers are like getting calloused. I'm not kidding you. The numb, you know.
Oh, draft do-over. People go. Oh, the draft do-overs are a nightmare. I don't even.
I need to get a better looking breaker in here and just sort cards. I'd rather sort.
These guys are just.
Oh, Pirates.
And that was best available presented by Simple Mobile.
Mr. Wildcat.
Again, I don't know.
All right, guys. Peyton's gonna auction off the run back of the teams.
Historically, is that
there's a few teams that already were paid for last night. We didn't have enough in the room to auction the rest. So the Braves is starting out on 2 boxes of Bowman Hobby. Bowman Hobby.
And that is a good football.
You may want to add the words hobby in there,
Here's
dear.
what I want to say about Jonathan Allen. I do believe the medical is having probably a bigger factor on his slide than some of the other stuff. He, to me, he's not necessarily, to me, in the same class of dominance as Myles Garrett when Myles Garrett was on his game. He's not in the same level of dominance as Solomon Thomas when I saw him take over the game. I believe he's a very, very good player. But to me, he's kind of like a bull in a china shop. He just kind of wears you out because he's big, he's physical, he outlasts you. There's a place for that, but I just don't know if he's double-digit sacks.
I don't remember if the Cardinals were kept or not. Let me. Oh, it's right here in front. Yes, they are coming up.
For some of these teams that are drafting early, they're not necessarily 3-4 teams. They had a huge need for a 5 technique, and that may be limited. He can't go outside and play defensive end in a 4-3 scheme.
Lance, it is the highest number you have on a player. He was your third-rated player. We just saw that on your best available. Is that the biggest surprise for you, though, the Jonathan Allen? Is there another player that you're kind of scratching your head over?
Probably O.J. Howard, but Bucky pointed out something I think was really astute. You have to understand historical trends. And despite the fact that the tight end is the sexy position now, if you understand the lay of the land at the tight end position this year, it's a great tight end draft. And I think that might be one of the
Get on my screen, Peyton. Get on my screen.
I think are an issue for Allen, and I think that's why he's fallen. I think it's the shoulders.
You know, when you think about
McKenzie for the Indians.
You just wonder how far on the slide could this end up.
Yeah, this is the.
Let's get some social media reaction from what's happened here in the draft in the past.
Thank you, Aloha.
Yeah, it is interesting talking about Jonathan Allen, and certainly a lot of people have him high on their boards too, thinking he's the best player available. Will Lowry, former Alabama safety, some teams going to get an absolute steal on Alvin's shoulders or not. I don't know how you justify taking anyone over him at this point. Also, Barnabas weighs in. He's about to be the steal of this draft. Aaron Donald approves, and hey, Sua Cravens says that Jonathan Allen.
You just drop a number in chat. Just drop.
Back home, Brody. So given that Washington has that 17th pick, maybe this is prescient. We will see, but certainly.
No, Zero Cool. This is not. This is a different case. This is eBay. Oh, did you want me to put you down for this one, Aloha? All right. Rockies. Yeah, this is the run back from the first one. Dang it, we should have kept 2 boxes out of that other case out. I have to start. By the way, for the boys, you are in. Well, I'll do a recap for you on this. You're gonna make Peyton cry, though. That's not very nice. Actually, he'll probably make Fenway cry more than Peyton, because Peyton already got her psychic powers back. Actually, I think I picked that box, if I remember. I remember. Last box, guys. I'm not doing half cases anymore. I'll do like 4s. Out of $4.99 for the Texases. The Royals. What happened to my... Ben Sensel and... Rutherford? Yeah, Rutherford, or, I don't know, Benintendi's pretty sexy. Oh, Nick Sensel and Blake Rutherford. He's pretty big. He's a pretty big one. Moncada will probably sell pretty good. Sensel, I'd say.
A rise here in the last couple of days, Bucky. You like it?
I love this pick. I give them a B+ for the pick, and I actually give them a B+, A- for the execution overall of their day one selections. They needed to come away out of the first round with a corner and a wide receiver. They took Corey Davis first. They come back and get the corner. In Adoree Jackson, what they get is an Asante Samuel-like playmaker at cornerback, a guy that is a clever, great instincts.
Is Mickey Money in this too, guys? Is his auto in this?
But what they also get is a special playmaker in the
Rutherford is pretty big too. They're,
if I could say that you have
I don't know who's selling more, Rutherford or Nick Sensel. I don't know. They're both autos. That's why they're as bigger probably than Mickey Money.
Adoree Jackson. And now we get a look at our social media reaction of Adoree's selection and other things with Marcus Took. Mark.
Yeah, time now for Draft Facts driven by Hyundai. As we take a look at Adoree
Gleaber is
Jackson,
pretty big too.
social media. I want to show you a few things around here, but of course, here's a guy, as you talked about, a natural athlete. He was an All-American long jumper at USC, also ran track as well. And of course, his little handle here, Dory knows a play on Bo knows. It's in Bo Jackson. Here he is as a little basketballer. And by the way, those basketball skills are legit. Show the hops and the dunk. Coming back like Derrick Rose, he tells you. And I like this picture here of a kid that his mom calls Sweet Pea. That's his nickname. Rose Bowl champion with his twin. Those are some goals. And speaking of goals, how about living up
Bam!
to Sanders in this praise?
That's a big one.
USC is getting a beat down.
That's a big one right there, boys.
He is a dog. He
Refractor auto, Jimenez out of $4.99.
Progresses to the next level, answers those size questions as well. But excited for this guy. Certainly a personality we got to enjoy during the lead up to this draft process, guys.
All right, thank you, Mark. So Tennessee makes their 2 picks in the AFC South over to.
Where'd Fenway go? I saw him in the room.
Is already in, and for whatever reason, there's just been a lot of heat around the Bucs. Heat on Dalvin Cook, heat on Pat McKinnon, and we know they have.
You got the Cubs, OJ?
Line, but how things change when the board changes, and we just saw it with the Washington Redskins. You can't assume that they figured that Jonathan Allen was going to be available to them right there.
Mets guys.
You have to prepare. You have to be ready.
I think McKenzie sells pretty decent. Blue Votto for the Reds on a 150 paper variant.
Smith made fun about mock drafts, but it's an exercise that every team has to conduct because you have to be ready if someone does something that is in an oddball nature.
I'm gonna call this one here, and I'm gonna say
there's the Rutherford.
Division now with the Saints, you're in a division with Atlanta. More than anything, you got to match firepower with firepower. I think you got to go O.J. Howard. You've already got a great target outside. In Mike Evans.
You see some orange.
Jackson speed. Now you're going to get lit up in the scene.
For the Texas Rangers out of 25. I'm actually liking Hobby for the orange.
Okay, Atlanta, we respect what you're doing, but we're going to slug. We're going to go slugging with you like the Golden State Warriors. You know, you got to match up with them a certain kind of way. Well, now you can either do it through defense or offense. And I say push him on a string and make the offense stronger by going O.J. Howard.
And this should be the year that Jameis Winston takes his game to the next level. It typically takes about 3 years before you can determine what a guy is. He should have a big jump from his second year to his third year. This is the year where we should see him play at a Pro Bowl level, particularly
Oakland.
with some more weapons.
Yeah,
is there no puck in this?
It seemed like you heard that with Dalvin Cook is, do everything back that they needed.
We broke it a couple hours ago, Matt.
Just think about the targets for Mike Evans.
What team did you have? Let's see if I can remember. And what break?
Also, in this draft, we talked about the supply and demand. The supply of running back is
Taylor Ward for the Angels out of 250.
Someone else who can come in there and do some things out of the backfield in the passing game in the second round, maybe as opposed to getting a Dalvin Cook in the first round.
Oh, I probably have been on live breaking. I haven't been checking very many messages.
O.J. Howard, you mentioned blue chip, and you mentioned blue chip qualities about Pat Mahomes, and there's a blue chip arm, and that's why you end up going up to get him, and you figure everything else out. But O.J. Howard, according to you and Daniel and the other scouts that we have here, this is a blue chip player.
Absolutely, blue chip player, safe player.
Nobody responded?
I've known him since he was in high school. He was special back then.
I went through all the emails yesterday, I thought. I responded to everyone.
He has the ability to stretch the field as one of those hybrid guys, but his size, his frame, and his blocking skills allows him to be a traditional wide. When you think about
answered a lot of time questions. Hawks did good in one of the breaks. I don't remember which one.
Their leading receiver.
All right, let's do a recap. Ward Angels, Texas Reds, Cubbies, Texas, Indians, Pirates,
and at 7 a.m. every weekday. We've got the best morning show on
Brewers, Reds out of 499, Tigers.
Great stuff, a lot more of that. Special guests. There's a lot of people that know how to play. Few people know how to win. And more. Make the morning the highlight of your day.
AJ Puck out of 25. That's nice for the A's. Brewers, Padres out of 50 Braves. Walker Buehler 499. Benintendi.
Do this every year, and that's why I could see the Vikings winning the division if everything went well.
And if you're more into X's and O's, then check out Move the Six. You have to be able to finish. You have to be.
I knew I'd get a old face out of Peyton.
Check out NFL.com/podcast or iTunes for our audio show, or NFL.com/podcast and YouTube for our video content.
Recast the players only vote.
Remarkable speed, super strong.
He's doing it all.
Brendan Rodgers.
100 players in the NFL.
Red Sox out of 25, Xander Bogaerts. Red Sox. All right, just a second, Fenway. I'll get you. Indians, Mets, A's, and Bautista out of 250.
Celebrate the game you love in a whole new way. It's got the look, the attitude, the content.
So Diamondbacks, Orioles, White Sox, Astros, Royals, Marlins, Twins, Yankees, Phillies, Giants, Mariners, Cardinals, and Tampa Bay, and Washington all with. I don't have time, unfortunately, to do spins. We'll have to report them to me. Yes, for the boys. This was your raid.
O.J. Howard, tight end, Alabama.
Well, congratulations, guys. You nailed that one. Instant draft grade, Bucky.
I'm gonna give him an A. I'm gonna give him an A because anytime you get a guy that I believe is a top 10 talent and the middle of the round at 19, you absolutely have to be ecstatic. As you look at the way they're piecing together this offense in the offseason, we want to get a playmaker, so we go and add Deshaun Jackson. We already have a centerpiece in Mike Evans, and we get a middle of the field playmaker in O.J. Howard. We have Jameis Winston, who has shown signs of being an upper echelon quarterback. You have now taken away all the excuses. This is when we push all the chips in and say, Jameis, it's time to take it to the next level. He has everything at his disposal. I expect to see him play at a high level.
Well, that's a good way to describe it, Bucky. Another piece for Jameis Winston, because here is our pieces of the puzzle. Visual for you to digest. You have Doug Martin. You hope it's.
I need to find another running back.
You got that?
I want another running back. Right now, I'm intent on finding another running back. We can find another running back to go with the rest of the stuff. That offense has the potential to be a top 5 offense.
We get Deshaun Jackson in free agency. Mike Evans, of course, led the league in targets for a while, despite missing a couple weeks. O.J. Howard is now your starting tight end, a blue chip player. And of course, Jameis Winston. We typically see quarterbacks that second to third year, if they're going to be elite quarterbacks, that's when they make their jump. And you saw enough, you believe, Lance, from last year's jump 1 to 2 for Jameis, to 2 to 3. You expect the same thing.
I expect the same thing. You know what? I'm reminded when I look at O.J. Howard of the old Michael Jordan joke, North Carolina. The best defense against Jordan was Dean Smith. That's the only guy who can keep Jordan under pressure. And the only guy I think who can keep the only guy who can keep O.J. Howard stifled really offensively was Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
And then you saw when the lights got bright, 2015, you saw what he was able to do against Clemson. He did it again this year. It's just, I think Kiffin just kind of kept him under wraps. I think he's going to be an amazing NFL player.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, you think about that. You mentioned it. You know, for people that are just popping into the division, you're gonna have to score points in that.
But I'm gonna go all the way back to Dirk Cutter. I think Dirk Cutter has some special tight ends at Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken. Was Ty Heat one of his guys? And so if you think about, some guys understand how to use the tight end. Cutter does.
All right, Denver's pick is in, right back out to Philadelphia, and Commissioner Goodell.
With the 20th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Garrett Bowles, tackle, Utah.
All right, Bucky, great. It certainly was their number one need. We knew that.
Yeah, good pick. The only, this is exactly what we said. How many times have we mocked Garrett Bowles going to the Denver Broncos? This is
every time.
Ultra athletic, offensive tackle, guy has tremendous movement skills. Plays with
What's that?
That you want to say on the outside.
Yeah, grab whatever you want to do of him.
He's a one-year player. But I told you, some guys will say, I'm a little worried about his underdevelopment physically in the lower body. He doesn't necessarily have the strength that you consistently look for. But athletically, from a movement skill standpoint, I like his game. I like what he brings to the table.
Garrett Bowles is filled with hate. And when I say that, that's a compliment. He is a ball of hate, and when he plays his little baby, here's something I asked him. So at the combine, he said, when I played before, I've always had he had some issues in his background a little bit. He's always got tremendous edge on the field.
5 high schools in 5 years.
Yeah, and he went on a Mormon mission. He went on a Mormon mission. He had some other issues. So anyway, so he'll be 25 years old next year. But Garrett Bowles is a guy who said, I had issues, with my anger and with this and that, but now I can flip the switch off when I come home to see my new baby and my wife. And I said, well, Garrett, and this is at the combine. I said, Garrett, I noticed when I watch tape, is that the old Garrett that you flip the switch on when the game's on? Because you look pretty chippy and nasty out there. And he said, I want to drive the guy, and I'm going to clean it up. He said, I want to drive that player across into the ground and destroy him every chance I get. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't trying to front and sound like a tough guy. That's exactly who he is. And my dad had a chance to visit with him, right? And he said, you know, I can't. First, when I met him, I wasn't sure he was going to pick up our concepts and the schemes. He said he had a notebook with him, and he had written down notes from every meeting at the combine he had with coaches because he wants to get better. And he had a big notebook full of things that he needs to do to be a better player. Now, you get past all that stuff, I don't think he can drive you off the point of attack. I think he's an elite athlete, but now Mike McCoy, this isn't Gary Kubiak's offense anymore. This is Mike McCoy. He was power in San Diego. So that's why this surprises me just a little bit.
It was different.
But boy, I love the toughness and the nasty.
Yeah. All right. Back to the number 5 overall pick, Corey Davis, who is out in Philadelphia with our Dave Damashek and Ike Taylor. It is Player Interviews presented by KFC Chicken Zinger.
Do not adjust your televisions. This is, look at this. Look at these outfits here. They go together, kind of.
He got that salmon, Jay.
Is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
salmon to get like you. Nah, you better than me.
I think that, yeah, I think we can agree I couldn't pull off either outfit. Either way, congratulations to you. Newest member of the Tennessee Titans, Marcus Mariota, surely over the moon. Corey Davis, now his newest weapon. How's it feel, man?
It's unreal. It's just a blessing, honestly, just to be a part of, a great organization, a part of a great community. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Corey, we were sitting here talking earlier. Just one offer coming out of high school. So we're going from one offer to scoring 46 touchdowns in 3 years to a top 5 pick. How does it feel right now?
Like I said, it's surreal. Coming out of high school, like you said, I only had one offer, and everything that's came my way is, it's been a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work from, both me and my family. So everything that I got, I earned, and I'm looking to keep that trend going, just to earn everything that I get, and it's such a blessing.
You're a very versatile receiver. So I tell people all the time, like, Corey Davis can play inside or outside. You got to have a strong mentality to play inside because there's a lot of traffic, we like to say, in the inside. How do you process that? What made you process that mode?
I mean, I like it. I like playing inside, honestly. It's a lot of space, a lot of space to get jiggy with it. But like you said, I play both inside and outside, and that's kind of something I've been doing for all 4 years. So I'm kind of used to it. I kind of know the space and the ins and outs of everything. So but that's definitely to my advantage, and I'm looking forward to doing whatever they need me to do.
How's it strike you that this guy and a lot of other people, the comp that we're hearing is Terrell Owens? How's that sit with you?
I'll take it. T.O. is a Hall of Fame receiver, in my opinion. He's a great guy. Like you say, he played inside, outside, great strength, great hands. I like everything about his game, and to be compared, with T.O. is a blessing, and I love it.
Oh, you can look forward to some hot chicken in Nashville. That's a real treat.
Yeah, that's the PayPal address.
The chicken with the hot sauce all over. You can
look country music is. I'm good.
Well, they have all kinds of music. That's what I hear.
Country music.
Let's take a look. Well, you know what? Maybe you and Marcus Mariota can make country music the second most well-known thing about the city of Nashville. Matter of fact, let's take a quick look at the connection that you two may have here coming up this autumn. Look at that.
I'll take that. That's
a strong hand, man.
I think Mariota's going to enjoy that.
No question.
Yes.
No question.
Well, enjoy the next few days, and congratulations to you as you move towards your first NFL season.